Hello everybody, this is Linda from North Central Texas, and I've been out in the yard watering and doing stuff, so I just got out of the shower, shampooed my hair. It's still wet, so that's why it's down. But we're going to fix lima beans, old-timey dried lima beans. And I've got a package of ham, picnic ham that I had for Christmas, and I didn't, I had to freeze part of it, so I cut it up in sections, and this is part of it that I put in the freezer. So I've got this thawed out, and we're going to cook this with my lima beans. Not all of it, because we're going to eat some of it on the side, but we're going to put part of it in the lima beans. But here we go. And this is the old-timey way they always fix these. Now what I'm going to do is run some hot water, and I'm going to wash them off a little bit. Now you can pre-soak these overnight if you want. You don't have to. I chose not to soak them overnight. Go ahead and get this water running hot, and this won't take it so long to heat up. Now you can pre-soak them overnight if you want. I never do. Now a lot of times I will pre-soak my pinto beans because it usually takes them a lot longer to cook. But these lima beans, these dried white lima beans, it doesn't take them as long. But you can suit yourself. If you prefer to soak them overnight, you can. Or you can bring them to a boil, cut the heat off, let them sit for an hour before you start cooking them, and that way they swell up a little bit. But I found these kind of beans, you don't even have to parboil them. You don't have to pre-soak them, really. You can just put them in the pot, slow cook them, and they're good to go. I'm going to add some just plain onion powder, because I'm not cutting up onions in these. I'm just putting onion powder. And some garlic powder, just plain garlic powder. I'll add my salt and pepper later, but I'm going to open my package of ham. Because I want to dice up some of it to put in my beans. like these odds and end pieces like this, I can just cut up a little bit and put them right in there. That's really going to add some flavor to your beans. I was looking for the bone because I know I saved the bone. But I don't know where in the freezer I put the bone. It's probably at the back. So I decided just to take the package of ham out and do that instead. We'll save the bone for my other soups and stuff that I'm going to make. But yeah, I've got 2 pieces of ham that's in a chunk. Just cutting that up a little bit because I don't want it in great big pieces. I can even put the skin in there because I can take the skin out later. But that's going to give it some good flavor. Some good flavor, y'all. Oops. That was a slice of ham right there. Big old slice. And there is a piece of gristle in there I want to get out. But that is going to make some good lima beans right there with that ham, that little bit of ham in it. Get some of this fat cut off of it. But see, I've got slices here. I can fry these or make sandwiches out of them. I'll go ahead and cut up the rest of it. But this is what you need to do if you're just one person. You know, go ahead and cook that ham for Christmas dinner. And if you got a freezer, freeze part of it. You know, divide it up into sections and freeze your ham. I made several little packages out of this ham. So I could take it out later on during the year and have Christmas ham anytime I wanted it. But I can fix a ham sandwich now. I can fix an omelet in the morning with ham. I can take one of these slices of ham and dice it up. Oh, I hate to cook when I just wash my hair because I don't like to pull it back when it's wet. Let's see where I can put my ham now. Oh, goodness. Oh. I can put it in one of these because that's all the ham I'm going to put in there. I'm going to save the rest of it for, like I said, I'll make a ham sandwich maybe tomorrow, or I'll fix a ham omelet. And I'm going to eat this piece right now. Y'all take a bite of Christmas ham. That's just as good as the day I cooked it. That's good, y'all. Yeah, you know, cured ham is salty. So I didn't want to put extra salt in my beans until I get them cooked. And then I taste them, because that salt's going to cook out of that ham and it's going to get in the beans. And I don't want to get it too salty. So, I got that package of sliced Christmas ham to eat the next few days or so. Like I said, I may make an omelet with it in the morning. I don't know. And I got the hiccups. And I would wait until it's almost done and you do a taste test. And you might want to add more seasonings like chicken bouillon maybe. I think the ham is going to be enough, because that fat, a little bit of fat that's left in that ham and the salt is going to cook out in the beans. But I'm going to put it on low. And cover it, and we're going to simmer those beans until they're done, probably about an hour. Almost like putting them in a slow cooker. Not quite, but yeah, they're at a good simmer. So I'm going to cook them, and we'll come back when I think they're about done and give them a taste test. Well, we're back. I'm going to do a taste test just for seasoning in the liquid, because I know the beans are not done yet. They're good, but they do need a little bit of chicken bouillon. If you've got chicken stock, you can put that in there. I don't have any, so I'm just going to use chicken bouillon. And you don't even have to put this in there. It's optional. But I'm going to put just a tiny bit, about 1 teaspoon of chicken bouillon in there. And the water is cooking down, so I'm going to add a little bit of water. I didn't add enough water to begin with, so I needed to add quite a bit of water, because these beans are solid as a rock, and they've got to slow cook until they start cooking and softening up. They start absorbing the liquid. So to that much beans, you know, we had that one package of beans. I've got a little over half a pot of water or broth in there with my ham and everything else. Put the lid back on, and we're going to let it cook, and like I said, until my beans are done. And we'll be back. We'll see you then. Well, we're back, and I think my beans are done. And I think to go with my beans, I'm going to put an ear of corn, shuck and all, in the microwave. And fix me a fresh ear of corn to go with my lima beans and ham. But don't this look good, y'all? Whoops. Don't that look good? Let me get me a bowl. Because after they quit cooking for a while and they sit there, those beans will absorb a lot of the moisture. But usually when you eat them right away, they're kind of soupy. But I don't mind, you know, I like it like that, so. Let that cool, and I'm working on my ear of corn. A lot of times I would fix a small cake of cornbread to go with that, but I'm not in the mood for cornbread, so I didn't fix any. But I'm going to let the beans soak up some of the moisture in that. I've already got the burner turned off. I'm just going to let them sit there while my corn is cooking. I only put one ear of corn in there for 5 minutes. Usually that's enough to cook an ear of corn. And it will be hot. I got my little cutting board that my subscriber sent me that I'm going to use. And I hate to use it because I don't want to scratch it up. You know, I want to keep the map with all the names of the cities and everything on them. But I'll use it this one time. Look at all that ham in those beans. That's going to be good. And with that ear of corn, But that is hot, y'all. And I know they're good. Y'all take a bite. Lima beans and ham, the old-fashioned way. And never grab your corn out of the microwave unless you got a rag around it. A towel or something, because it is hot. Woo! I mean, the silks and the shucks just fall off of it. If I get them to go in the right way. Whew, that's hot. But one ear only takes about 5 minutes. We'll get over here and put some butter on that. I'm going to put the shucks in there, but I'm not going to put that piece of corn cob because the corn cob doesn't break down in the compost, but I put the other pieces in my compost bucket over here to take out to the compost bin. Let's move this over here so I can get to it. And I'll move you over here with me. And I'm just going to be buttering my ear corn and putting salt on it. And I'm going to hold it with the tongs because it is too hot to hold any other way. Yeah, and it makes a mess on the bowl, but that's okay. Now, a lot of times I like to cut it off of the cob so I don't have to bite it. Whoops. So those of you that don't want to try biting it off of the cob, take you a knife and turn your ear up and just take the knife and cut it off. But even when I cut it off of the cob, I still usually butter it like this. Don't ask me why, but I just do. I might move that out of the way just a moment. And I always put my knife in there, in the sink, when I'm not done with it. Let's see if we can get this to cooperate. And I think a different knife would work better. Yeah. I mean, you think there's not that much corn on an ear of corn, but there is. I mean, you'll see it when you cut it all off, how much there's actually is on an ear of corn. So if you have a habit of eating 2 or 3 ears of corn at a time with your meal, you've eaten quite a bit of corn. I used to keep the corn, the little corn picks, whatever you call them, that went on the ends of your corn. But you know what? We got to the place where we don't even use those anymore. Look at all that corn. And you can salt it a little bit. I'm going to put my beans back up here and my ham. It's got enough salt, so I'm just going to put a little pepper. And there's my dinner. Old-fashioned lima beans with ham and corn on the cob. Now, don't that look good? You want to try some of the corn? Open wide, y'all. Get you some of that corn. There's nothing better than fresh sweet corn right off the cob. And you pair it with lima beans and ham. You got yourself a meal there. Open wide, y'all. Lima beans and ham. That is so good. I gotta have some more of this corn. Y'all have some more corn. And I should have went ahead and fixed me just a little cake of cornbread. Just a little bitty one. But I didn't. I'm not going to go do it this late. But it would go good with a little cake of cornbread fixed in a frying pan. A little cornbread fritter, as I call it. That is some good eating right there, y'all. And you can see, I didn't take much of that ham. I've got slices of it in the refrigerator still. I can make a ham omelet tomorrow morning. I can make a ham sandwich. There's a lot I can do with those slices of ham. Y'all take another bite. Look at that big piece of ham. That's so good. So if you're a single person cooking for yourself and you got a small freezer of any kind, don't hesitate in getting you a small country ham or Christmas ham for Christmas time, cooking it. Eat your Christmas meal, and then divide the rest of it up and put it in packages and freeze it. Take it out later in the year, just like I did that, and have you some lima beans and ham omelets and ham sandwiches. It's the only way to go when you're single and you're cooking for one person. You got to be economical with all this. And you got to be able to eat good, okay? I like to eat good. So with that, I'm going to call this a video. Thank you so much for hanging out with me for this video. And I'll see you on my next one. Fix you some lima beans and ham and fresh corn on the cob. You'll be glad you did. See you later.